Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy. You already know who it is. Let me get a little high five. I love that. Hopefully everybody's doing good out there. I'm doing pretty fine. I've been in New York now for 2.5 weeks, specifically the Queens Ridgewood area. And, so far I can definitely say, this is a cute area. I don't believe that I really see myself here because I don't see myself here. There aren't too many Black Americans here, and yeah, I just feel like my experiences dealing with the area, or just being in the area, definitely been just interesting. I guess I should just say on my pursuit for looking for work, I went looking for temp agencies, and back in the past, temp agencies have always been my go-to. Quick gig sort of thing. And so as I'm researching, these temp agencies, you got to look at the reviews, look at the stars, whatever. And so I'm thinking, okay, 4.4 stars, that seems good. And I'm reading the reviews, which also seem good. But then as I'm starting to scroll, I start to see comments like, hey, if you're Black, just keep it pushing because they're not going to hire you. Another comment, this place isn't for the African American community. One that I felt like kind of stood out for me was, the comment said, I'm Black, and I went in and they said they didn't have any work for me. Then I sent my Dominican homie in and they found him a job immediately. I was like, okay, this is something that I've understood for quite some time now, being in the workforce, and it's unfortunate, but being in any area, that typically is how things work, right? So, I'm understanding that, or I'm seeing that, and I'm like, okay, again, I'm not new to this. I fully understand everything that's going on around me, but I just, it's just funny because that'll happen, but then also, you'll see them wearing Jordans and saying the N-word heavily more than me kind of thing. And it's like, okay, you can't have it both ways sort of thing, but that is what it is. But like I said, I don't really believe that I don't want to live in this area for, those reasons, because yeah, I want to be around people that, look like me, and not to say, we're all messy in our own ways, but yeah, I definitely want to be around more of my own, and definitely, yeah, hopefully have better opportunity, because I won't be around that. But yeah, it like I said, it is what it is. It isn't anything that is new to me. Just again with me being here 2.5 weeks, and then yeah, talking to other people, seeing those comments, and the way that I've kind of been received in certain spaces, it's like, okay, like, y'all got it. I'll just go where things are a little sweeter. So yeah, that was that. In my pursuit of looking for work, I stumbled across that, so I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna entertain that. That lane, that sort of thing. So it's something that I feel like maybe I can talk about later, but it's just I really want to talk about the Black Americans' relationship with not only ourselves but just everyone else around us, and how everyone else around us like kind of reacts to us and like perceives us and everything like that, because it's very interesting. Again, something I knew, from a young age, that this kind of thing happens, but it's just so unfortunate to me that we're the only group of people that don't look out for each other, don't have anyone else looking out for us, and it's often it really is us versus the world, and it's just so unfortunate considering how much we contribute. Like I said, wearing the J's, saying that, you know what I mean? But it's like, okay, but you can't afford us, an opportunity even at the entry level of things. But again, I feel like that might be a different conversation for a different video, because I don't want to harp too much on that. I did make a garment district run. So I went out to the garment district area, to Mood, which was fun to, just look at fabrics for a minute. I actually did grab some swatches of some stuff. So we have this blue, which, I've been in a very, I don't want to say blue period state of like, down or anything, but just like, I've been really feeling blue because it's very calming to me. It feels very good. And there's like a sort of warmness to, blue that I feel too. So yeah, I've been thinking like, I feel like I should just have my palette be like kind of in this sort of thing. I don't know. But yeah, I grabbed this. It's a really nice denim. And then I grabbed this because I was just thinking like, it is still kind of wintertime. Lining it with this would be kind of fun. I didn't grab too many things because I also want to start honing in on just certain materials so that I can really start to understand just those and then move on with other materials. Because in the past, I've done materials out of this, that, and the third, and I haven't really understood the properties of those materials and how to wash them and how to care for them. So I really just want to start focusing in on that. So when people, are potentially trying to buy a $400, $500 thing, I can tell them exactly how to wash it, exactly how to, prep it, everything like that. So yeah, I got these, very cute. I also went to Saks Fifth Avenue, or Saks Fifth, like the store, which was very interesting too because, growing up, Louis, Prada, Chanel, all those people, they weren't in the house, they weren't talked about. So it's like, now that I'm in this field and I'm trying to sell things for, sort of the price points that they're selling their stuff at, I wanted to go in and see and feel and touch, kind of try to understand why those things are that much. And, maybe because I was in Saks Fifth, which it seemed like just like a mall that had all those stores in it. So like a very expensive mall, so maybe with that being said, they didn't have like the real cool stuff in there and more like the basic gear. But, I'm looking at the stuff and I'm just like, okay, some of this stuff makes sense as to why it's $700, putting the name of the brand aside for a minute, the craftsmanship, the material used definitely would warrant it being, $500-$600 maybe. But then I'm looking at stuff and I'm looking at the stitching and I'm like, man, this and I'm looking at some of the displays, you know what I mean? So maybe I'm thinking, okay, this is just a display. Maybe, if I was actually to buy this, they would give me the better looking version. But it's like, I'm looking at the stitching, I'm looking at the material, I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Why this is so expensive, it just straight up doesn't make sense. And it's all in the eyes of the beholder kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, like somebody is willing to pay that because again, the brand and this, that, and the third. But I'm just like, I just still don't really fully understand it as to why those things are that expensive. But I just wanted to go in and touch and feel and everything. So that was a fun experience. And yeah, that was and also I forgot to mention with the Mood run, I went in wearing my gear. I had a nice little two-piece on, and I do that to try to drum up conversation because that's like been the best way for me to be able to get opportunity and everything. It's like somebody says, hey, I like what you're wearing. I say, hey, I made it. I kind of just rope you in sort of thing. And yeah, I had, a couple of the employees at Mood be like, hey, did you make that like that? And so with that, shout out to my guy, Ryan. I believe that was your name. Sorry if that was the wrong name. But yeah, when I went back in, I was looking for like rib knit or something. And then, yeah, Ryan was like, hey, I like what you're wearing. I'm like, yeah, thanks, I made it or whatever. And then, I asked them if they were hiring. Not at the moment, but, I believe he said he'd potentially put in a good word for me. But, that's just a part of, I say that to say I'm glad that I, wore my stuff because, those conversations typically don't happen if I don't, but I typically am wearing something that I made. So it's like, if it's, some good pieces, then, that's just a means for a conversation. And so, with the conversation, anything can happen. There were a couple conversations that I could have, extended, but to be honest with you, with me being in a new space and, just trying to navigate, like I said, the discrimination and all that stuff, it's a lot. And, I do still suffer from anxiety from time to time, and navigating this world more or less alone at this point has been, hard. And so it's like sometimes I'm like, I want to engage, but then I'm like, I need to like try to just like, I don't want to say keep things in, but just like try to like, not get, because I feel like if I start getting too deep in a conversation, I might get an anxiety attack or something, and then, it'll be harder to like get out of that conversation, So sometimes I'm like, oh, thank you, you're so kind or whatever. And it's like, there's, an open field for, more conversation, but I'm just like, oh, thank you, and I keep it pushing. But, I understand that this is a day-to-day thing. And yeah, like, I don't need to do it all in a day. The fact that I did get those compliments just, continues to affirm or affirm whatever to me that, yeah, I'm making good things and I'm, on the right path. What else did I want to talk about? I talked about mood. I talked about, trying to find work, and this ain't this ain't the area for Black people. But yeah, I say all of that to say I have to keep doing what I'm doing, because it's so important for me to just, I feel like, we all play a role in the society, whether we believe it or not. Even if you're doing nothing, you're doing something, I kind of believe. So I feel like, with what I'm doing, who I want to be, I just have to continue to do what I'm doing and look out and go hard for me and my people, because nobody else is going to do that for us, and like, just for a quick second, going back to the whole temp agency thing, it's like, like, you know what I mean? Like, I like that, I hate it, but I like it, because it's like, okay, like, I'm gonna go even harder now, like, because of all that, like, I'm gonna go even harder. And like I said, I'm gonna look out for my people, and I'm gonna try to put my people on as much as I can, because like, it's literally so many forces against us, it's nuts. But I'm so grateful to be who I am, because I'm able I just believe I'm able to be somebody who, I can look up to for myself, and then like I know I got me, and then meeting, other Black men, it's like, yo, I got you too, you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna try to do this thing together, and we're gonna try to just lift each other up as best as we can, because we have to, like, we literally have to, you know what I mean? And so I'm very proud. I'm very proud, you know what I mean? Like, it's because they're gonna want our culture, for the rest of the world, for the rest of life, and so I'm just grateful to be in the position that I'm in, and to be the person that I am. I love it. And so I believe that's it for now. I will say I'm going to be visiting some other spots, so I'm going to try to document that, because I believe that's a whole journey in and of itself, of looking for places and finding places and touring places, because New York is very interesting. It's like, I mean, every place is interesting when it comes to finding property and everything, but it's really, you got to be quick, you got to know what you want, and you just got to be quick to the draw. So we'll see about all that, but that was it. That's all I got. Be happy. Go create something fun today. Go do something fun. Smile if you can. I know it's cold, but wear something fun, bright, something that'll brighten your day. Just try to be a light for yourself, for somebody else, and see you next time.